Hey everyone! Tell me honestly, how many times have you tried to remember a word in English, and it just vanished? You saw it yesterday, you said it once, you even wrote it down, but now it's gone. Like smoke. You open your mouth to speak, but nothing comes out. Your mind goes blank, your tongue freezes, and all you can say is, what was that word again? It feels terrible, right? You start thinking maybe you just don't have a good memory. Maybe English is hard. Maybe your brain just can't keep up. But listen, it's not your memory that's weak. It's your habit that's missing. Because there is one brain habit, one simple daily shift, that can completely change how you remember, how you speak, and how confident you feel when you open your mouth. And once you learn it, you'll realize, remembering things isn't about talent. It's about training. So, what if I told you your brain already knows how to remember everything? It just needs you to stop fighting it. You see, your brain doesn't store words like a list, it stores experiences. It remembers stories, feelings, images. That's how it's built. Every time you try to memorize without emotion, your brain says, I don't care. But when you connect a word with a picture, a sound, a smell, or a small story, suddenly, the brain wakes up. It says, oh, this is important. That's the moment memory begins. Think about it. You still remember your first teacher's voice, don't you? Or that one embarrassing moment in school. You remember it not because you repeated it 100 times, but because it had emotion. Emotion is electricity for the brain. When you feel something, you remember it. When you don't, it fades. So the first step of this habit is simple. Don't just learn, feel what you learn. When you read a new word in English, don't just say it. See it. Feel it. Turn it into a tiny movie inside your head. For example, you want to remember the word whisper. Don't just repeat, whisper, whisper, whisper. Close your eyes. Imagine someone leaning close to your ear, their voice soft, warm, gentle, that is whisper. Now your brain connects sound plus emotion plus image. And that connection, that's memory. Every word can become a small piece of art in your mind. If you say, storm, feel the thunder, see the rain. If you say, hope, imagine the first sunrise after a long night. When you study like this, you're not just learning English, you're training your memory to feel alive again. But here's the mistake most people make. They think learning means stuffing their mind with more and more information. So they cram, they repeat, they struggle, and then they forget. Because the brain doesn't want pressure, it wants patterns. It doesn't want noise, it wants meaning. The one brain habit you must build is emotional connection with every word. That's it. Simple, but powerful. Let's try a small exercise right now. Think of your favorite English word, any word that makes you smile. Got it. Now ask yourself, why do I like this word? What picture do I see? What feeling does it bring? That feeling, that's the real key. The more you build emotion around your learning, the faster your memory grows. Because your brain is not a storage box, it's a living garden. If you throw random words like seeds without care, nothing grows. But if you water each word with attention and emotion, soon your garden will bloom, every word alive, every phrase colorful. And when you speak English, it will no longer sound forced or memorized. It will sound natural, alive, confident. So remember, your memory isn't broken. It's waiting. Waiting for you to stop memorizing and start feeling. That's the first step. That's the beginning of the habit that can change everything. And once you understand this feeling, once you start connecting emotion with learning, you'll be ready for what comes next. Because in the next part, we're going to turn this emotion into a real system, a simple daily practice that trains your brain to remember anything, fast. So now you understand the first part, emotion. But emotion alone isn't enough. Because if you feel deeply, but never repeat that feeling, it fades, just like perfume in the wind. To make memory permanent, your brain needs rhythm, a pattern it can trust. This is where the real magic begins. The The second part of this habit is called the loop of attention. It's simple, but it changes everything. See, your brain remembers only what it notices. You can look at 100 things in a day, but if your attention never lands, nothing stays. Memory is not about time. It's about focus. When you try to study English while scrolling your phone, checking messages, glancing around, your brain is confused. It says, "Wait, what's important here?" And when your brain doesn't know what's important, it simply deletes everything. That's why, even after hours of study, you feel empty. But when you give one sentence your full attention, your eyes, your mind, your breath, suddenly that sentence becomes part of you. So here's how to train it. Every time you learn a new word, stop for 3 seconds. Look at it. Say it slowly. Breathe. Imagine its sound echoing in your mind. Then use it in one small sentence, right away. When you do this, your brain makes a loop, from seeing, to saying, to feeling, to using. That loop is memory. That loop is power. Try it right now. Take the word, courage. Say it softly. Courage. Now imagine someone standing alone on a stage, trembling, yet speaking. Feel their heartbeat. That's courage. Now say, "I spoke with courage today." You didn't just memorize a word, you lived it. That's the loop. Most people skip this. They read words like they're racing through traffic. No wonder their mind crashes. But you're learning to slow down. You're learning to see, feel, use, and that's how confidence begins to grow. Confidence is not a gift, it's a side effect of clarity. The more clearly you understand what you say, the more calmly you speak it. When you train your brain to pay attention to every sound, every pause, every emotion, English no longer feels like a foreign language. It becomes the voice of your thoughts. And here's something beautiful. Every time you recall a word successfully, your brain releases a drop of dopamine, the "yes, I did it" chemical. It feels good, so your brain wants to do it again. That's how a habit is born, not by force, but by reward. So when you feel proud after remembering something, don't rush. Smile. Let that small victory sink in. Tell your brain, "This is what I want more of." Slow learning is strong learning. The faster you try to run, the quicker your memory breaks. But when you walk with awareness, every step becomes solid. You start noticing details, how words bend, how meanings dance. You stop fighting English and start flowing with it. Remember, your brain loves repetition, but it hates boredom. So don't repeat like a robot. Repeat like a musician. Play with the rhythm. Whisper it, say it louder, act it out. Let your hands, your voice, your face join in. When your body moves, your memory moves too. That's why actors remember their lines so easily. They feel every word through motion. You can do the same. When you learn, smile. Don't just read it. Smile. When you learn, breathe. Take a breath. When you learn, shine. Lift your face toward an invisible sun. Now English isn't just a language, it's an experience. The moment you connect attention with emotion, and movement with meaning, your brain becomes unstoppable. You'll start remembering faster, easier, with joy. You'll start speaking without thinking, because your memory will guide your mouth. And slowly, something wonderful will happen. You'll stop studying English. You'll start living it. So keep practicing this loop. Emotion, attention, action. Every day. Even 5 minutes are enough if they are full. Your brain doesn't need more time, it needs more truth. Be present. Be curious. Be alive in every word. Because the habit you're building right now is not just about memory. It's about transforming how you think, how you speak, how you see yourself. You're teaching your brain to believe again. And that belief, that is where the real transformation begins. In the next part, you'll learn how to lock this habit into your daily life. How to build a personal system that keeps your brain sharp, confident, and always ready to remember anything, anytime. And now, here we are, the final step. You've felt the power of emotion. You've learned the loop of attention. But the question remains, how do you make it permanent? How do you stop forgetting words, phrases, facts, and ideas the moment you walk away? This is where the ultimate part of the habit comes in. Practice with purpose. Not random practice. Not mindless repetition. But practice that your brain can feel, taste, and own. Here's the truth. Memory isn't about cramming. It's not about staring at a page or repeating a word 50 times while your mind wanders. Memory is a relationship. It's about connection, emotion, repetition, and timing. Let's make it simple. Think of every word, every phrase, every piece of knowledge as a tiny flame. If you just light it once and walk away, it will flicker and die. But if you come back to it, nurture it, feel it, use it, it grows stronger. Soon it becomes a steady fire that never goes out. And here's a powerful secret that no one talks about. Teach it. Yes, teaching is the fastest way to remember. Because when you teach, you're forced to recall, organize, and express. Your brain no longer has the option to forget. It says, this is important. This belongs to you forever. Try this with English. Learn a new word, maybe resilient. Now, don't just say it. Don't just write it. Explain it to someone, out loud, to a friend, to a mirror, even to your pet if no one is around. Use it in a sentence. Make a small story with it. Suddenly, the word is alive in your mind. It is yours. It is real. Memory champions, top students, even actors on stage, they all do this. They turn learning into a story. A story with emotion, imagery, and action. And you can too. But let's take it even further. Your brain is naturally great at remembering places and spaces. That's why we can recall our childhood home perfectly after years. You can use this power too. It's called a mind palace. Imagine your house. Every room, every corner, every object. Now place words or ideas in those spaces. The living room. That's your first English vocabulary set. The kitchen. That's grammar. The bedroom. That's phrases and expressions. Walk through your mind palace every day, and your brain will follow. It will remember effortlessly, because it remembers spaces naturally. And here's a trick that makes it unstoppable. Connect every idea with emotion and action inside your palace. If the word is storm, imagine lightning striking your living room lamp. If the phrase is take a risk, picture yourself jumping off the balcony into a safe, fluffy cloud. The weirder, funnier, or more vivid, the better. Because your brain loves stories, images, and feelings, not lists. Now combine these techniques, emotion, attention, loop, teaching, mind palace, and you have a system. A habit that trains your memory, improves your English, and builds confidence, all at once. And here's the best part. This habit works every day. Even just 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night. You review your words, repeat your stories, walk your mind palace, teach a phrase, and every time, your brain says, yes, this matters. Save it. Keep it alive. You start noticing something incredible. Words don't vanish. Sentences flow naturally. Ideas connect effortlessly. You speak English with a calm, confident rhythm. Your memory stops betraying you. Your mind starts to trust itself again. And let me be honest with you. This isn't just about English. It's about life. Because the same brain habit that helps you remember words can help you remember ideas, lessons, even moments that matter. You begin to live fully present. You stop forgetting important things, birthdays, appointments, promises, dreams. You start to feel like yourself again. Like your brain isn't a leaky bucket, but a powerful, organized, capable mind. So, let's summarize the habit one last time. Emotion. Feel every word, every idea. Attention. Focus fully, even for 5 seconds. Loop. See it, say it, use it. Teaching. Explain, share, express. Mind palace. Place your words and ideas in vivid spaces. Practice with purpose. Return, repeat, expand, strengthen. Do this consistently, and your memory becomes unstoppable. Your English becomes fluent. Your confidence grows. And every day, your brain proves to you that it is not weak. It is waiting. Waiting for the right habit to wake it up. And that's exactly what you've done. You've learned the one habit that will change everything. You've started to transform not just your memory, but your mind, your learning, your life. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just watch this video. Don't just feel inspired for 5 minutes. Start today. Pick one word, one idea, one sentence. Turn it into emotion. Repeat it. Teach it. Place it in your mind palace. And watch how your memory, your English, and your confidence grow faster than you ever imagined. Because once you build this habit, once you truly own it, you will remember everything that matters. And your brain will never let you down again. This is the gift of one simple, powerful habit. And now, it's yours.